When it comes to swinging bucket rotors, often you'll see like the force, like the maximum force. That's because your tube is going to be like this. The maximum force is actually, you're going to have a different force felt throughout the tube. And so the maximum force is going to be here, and the average force is going to be here, and like the minimum or the average is like between these two. But typically it's given in terms of the max if you're trying to do some sort of conversion. So when it comes to centrifuges in the lab, there are several different types. The most obvious are like the size, and so you can have these little microfuges, these ones that you just use for these little pulse spins. But when you're actually doing something where you're controlling the speeds, then we can talk about having like a benchtop model or a floor model. And so your floor models are going to be for bigger things, and your benchtop models are going to be for smaller things. But both of these come in a couple different flavors of rotors, so the thing that's actually holding the tubes and spinning. There's swinging bucket, where there's actually buckets where the tubes are held in. With one of these, it's like one of those jellyfish rides where as it goes, then the tube starts going up to the point. And so when you pellet things, the pellet is actually going to be collected at the bottom of the tube. And so if this was a swinging bucket, it would be right here. Often when we're doing these little tubes, what we have is actually a fixed angle centrifuge. With these, your tube is typically held at like some sort of like between 20 and 40 degree angle. Different ones have different different angles, and your pellet is going to be at the top edge. There are also fixed angles that are like vertical, and then ones that are like slightly vertical. But the ones that we use the most often are something more like this. And so your pellet is going to be up here. So we often use these